What's up, guys? Abstract Tiger Productions here. I'm Chris.
And I'm Drew.
And we are coming at you with a new reaction series. As you can tell by what's in front of us, RWBY. Now, a little bit background. I have seen the entire series. Drew, have you seen the series at all?
Nope, never even heard of it till I met you.
All right, good. So this is going to be, I guess, a kind of a Drew hasn't seen, fill in the blank series kind of a reaction. A little bit of background. This is a animated series by Rooster Teeth, originally created by Monty Oum, who is no longer with us. He died back in 2015, I believe. But he left a gigantic Bible of sorts about the show that went through maybe like volumes 7, 8, and 9. Who knows? It was he had a ton of stuff because he basically spearheaded the entire thing himself. Mm-hmm. And after he worked previously with Rooster Teeth on seasons 8, 9, and 10 of Red vs. Blue, mm-hmm. You can see a lot of his he's mainly known for fight choreography, and his philosophy in fight choreography is there is no wasted movements.
Okay.
Everything has a purpose to it. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, I'm not going to really do much in the way of commentary. I'm just going to kind of be your guide, as it were, through this entire series. But it's also going to be good for me because it's been a long time since I have watched the series like all the way through. Especially some of these mm-hmm. early seasons. I will warn you, seasons 1 especially, suffers from that season 1 of a show type of thing where obviously the budget wasn't there.
Right.
Eventually the animation and everything like that will be to par with we have seen I just blanked. I can't believe I did this. Blur. Genlock. Yes.
Yes.
It's gonna be, yeah. So, any forethoughts? Apparently not. Okay.
I don't know anything about it other than what you told me, and that was very, very little because you didn't want to ruin this experience when we were discussing this being your next series.
Right. So. This is going to be a very, going into this basically blind for the most part. Yeah. All right. So let's get started with the first episode, shall we?
Let's go.
Oh, excuse me. We're probably going to be doing more than one episode for a little while. In later seasons, the episodes themselves individually are going to be longer, that we can easily do one episode per video.
Absolutely.
So,
okay.
First few seasons, there are going to be some multiple episode. So you guys at home can probably follow along with this. Anyways, so let's get to going here. I just get to sit back and watch and enjoy. You're the one who has to pay attention.
Mankind has grown quite fond of recounting the exploits of heroes and villains, forgetting so easily that we are remnants.
This is a throwback
of a forgotten past. Man, born from dust, was strong, wise, and resourceful. But he was born into an unforgiving world. An inevitable darkness, creatures of destruction, the creatures of Grim, set their sights on man and all of his creations. These forces clashed, and it seemed the darkness was intent on returning man's brief existence to the void. However, even the smallest spark of hope is enough to ignite change. And in time, man's passion, resourcefulness, and ingenuity led them to the tools that would help even the odds. This power was appropriately named Dust. Nature's wrath in hand, man lit their way through the
Think
darkness.
of dust as like magic gunpowder.
In the shadow's absence came strength, civilization, and
Fair
most
enough.
importantly,
With
life.
an elemental component put to it.
But even the most brilliant lights eventually flicker and die. And when they are gone, darkness will return. So you may prepare your guardians. Build your monuments to a so-called free world. But take heed. There will be no victory in strength.
But perhaps
From dusk till
victory is
dawn.
in the simpler things that you've long forgotten. Things that require a smaller, more honest soul.
Reminds me of heavy rain.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a dust shard open this late?
Please, just take my leave and leave.
Shh. Calm down. We're not here for your money. Grab the dust. Crystals. Burn uncut.
All right, kid. Put your hands where I can see them. Hey, I said hands in the air. You got a death wish or something?
Yes?
I said, put your hands in the air. Now.
Are you robbing me?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, okay. She has a giant scythe.
I see that. Digging the music.
Okay. Get her. You were innocent, truly you were. Well, Red, I think we can all say it's been an eventful evening. And as much as I'd love to stick around, I'm afraid this is where we part ways.
You okay if I go after him? Hey!
Persistent.
Into the line, Red. We got a huntress.
What is going on right now? Wait, what?
Yes.
The scythe turned into
A gun. Yes. one of the things you're going to find out,
it's not just a scythe.
It's everything is also a gun.
Fair enough.
Can I have your autograph? I hope you realize that your actions tonight will not be taken lightly, young lady. You put yourself and others in great danger. They started it! If it were up to me, you'd be sent home with a pat on the back and a slap on the wrist. But there is someone here who would like to meet you.
Ruby Rose. You have silver eyes. So, where did you learn to do this?
Signal Academy?
They taught you to use one of the most dangerous weapons ever designed?
Well, one teacher in particular.
Wait.
I see.
What?
It's just that I've only seen one other scythe wielder of that skill before. A dusty old crow.
Oh, that's my uncle. Sorry. That's my Uncle Crow. He's a teacher at Signal. I was complete garbage before he took me under his wing, and now I'm all like...
So I've noticed. And what is an adorable girl such as yourself doing at a school designed to train warriors?
Well, I want to be a huntress.
You want to slay monsters?
Yeah. I only have 2 more years of training left at Signal, and then I'm going to apply to Beacon. See, my sister's starting there this year, and she's trying to become a huntress, and I'm trying to become a huntress because I want to help people. And my parents always taught us to help others, so I thought, oh, I might as well make a career out of it. I mean, the police are all right, but husband and huntresses are just so much more romantic and exciting and cool, just, you know?
Do you know who I am?
You're Professor Ozpin. You're the headmaster at Beacon.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
You want to come to my school?
More than anything.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe my baby sister's going to Beacon with me. This is the best day ever. Please stop. I'm so proud of you. Really, sis, it was nothing. What do you mean? It was incredible. Everyone at Beacon is going to think you're the bee's knees. I don't want to be the bee's knees, okay? I don't want to be any kind of knees. I just want to be a normal girl with normal knees. What's with you? Aren't you excited? Of course I'm excited. I got moved ahead 2 years. I don't want people to think I'm special or anything. But you are special.
The robbery was led by nefarious criminal Roman Torchwick, who continues to evade authorities. If you have any information on his whereabouts, please contact the Vale Police Department. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Cyril. In other news, this Saturday's Fauna Civil Rights protest turned dark when members of the White Fang disrupted the ceremony. The once peaceful organization has now disrupted...
Hello and welcome to Beacon.
Who's that?
My name is Glinda Goodwitch.
Oh.
You are among a privileged few.
Little
who
on the
received
nose,
honor
but
of being
okay.
selected to attend this
Goodwitch.
prestigious
Okay.
academy. Our world is experiencing an incredible time of peace, and as future huntsmen and huntresses, it is your duty to uphold it. You have demonstrated the courage needed for such a task, and now it is our turn to provide you with the knowledge and the training to protect our world. Look, you can see Signal from up here. I guess home isn't too far after all.
Beacon's our home now.
Well, I guess the view isn't for everyone. It was a nice moment while it lasted. I wonder who we're gonna meet. I just hope they're better than Vomit Boy. Oh, yay! Oh, you have puke on your shoe! Get away! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me!
Here's more of that music.
They see you as small and helpless. They see you
probably one of my favorite, the original opening themes.
Yeah. Wow. His name just popped up like 8 times.
Yeah. All right, and that is the first episode.
A lot.
What do you think?
Just happened in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
So first thing, see, this is the one where I'm gonna need a notebook. Good lordness.
Yes, there was a lot to unpack in that one episode. Yes.
It was what, 13 minutes? You said
something around in there.
Goodness. Okay, so the ginger dude.
Yes, Vomit Boy, as they called him.
No, I was talking about the one that was robbing
the beginning. The beginning,
yeah.
yes. Roman Torchwick, yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes. What?
They couldn't just call him Roman Candle or something like that, really?
Probably copyrighted.
But Glenda Goodwitch isn't. Sure.
Well.
Fair use.
Yes.
So Roman and his cronies were robbing
a dust store.
Yes. That also had a record shop in the back.
Sure.
Because that's what she was looking at, was records, right?
Well, I think she was looking at a magazine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The way they were shaped, they looked like records to me, and then she was listening to music. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you think you're robbing me? Bet. Chunk.
Yes.
Yeet. Beat you all up. Okay. Glinda shows up to protect her. And then, okay, so is this like an anime interpretation of like
Harry Potter?
No. Grim Tales?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Granted,
because
there
I
are.
Look at her character, and I think Red Riding Hood.
Right.
Glinda Goodwitch is straight up Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Now there is. I will say this: there are a lot of references to that sort of stuff in here. Yeah. Like the Grimm being, I guess you could say, named after like the Brothers Grimm or whatever, who did all those fables and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, there is those references to that sort of thing. It's not like 1-to-1 or something like that. It's just there are little nods to.
Okay.
Maybe this is where this.
I was thinking that was the reason why she was called Ruby, is because she's a interpretation of Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, you could say that. Yes.
Especially with the red hood.
Right. Yeah.
I'm still trying to get around the scythe because the huntsman in Red Riding Hood used an axe, not a scythe. So.
Well.
And then they're huntsmen and huntresses.
Yes.
Which are like their monster killers?
Monster hunters, yes. Yeah, they go out, protect the populace from the creatures of Grimm, yes. We also...
That was so much.
Yeah, I know there was a lot to probably take in. But, yeah. Also introduced to Professor Ozpin.
Okay.
He is headmaster at Beacon Academy.
Okay.
Which now apparently he's fast tracked RWBY into.
Yeah. So the reason why I reacted, and then I thought about it for a second, I realized I was wrong. And when we first started, I said it reminded me of Heavy Rain. I don't know if you're familiar with that video game.
I have heard of it. I've never actually played it myself or anything like that.
The animation style that we were just doing, where they had all the backdrop characters didn't really have a silhouette.
Yeah.
And then the main character is fully fleshed out. That's pretty much all the animation style in Heavy Rain. Yeah. That being said, it reminded me when I heard Signal Academy, it made me think of Seed Academy from the Final Fantasy video games. Oh. And that's why I was like, wait, what? Hold up. Oh, okay, wait, that's Seed.
Yeah.
Calming back down.
Yes.
I thought a Final Fantasy TV show got made. No one knew about it. No. It called some.
No.
My brain went 90 to nothing at that point. Because I played all the Final Fantasies. And so, animation style and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, we met RWBY.
Yes. We met Ruby.
Met her sister.
Yes. Did they say the sister's name?
I
didn't catch it, and if they say it in another episode, I don't want to catch that. But
I think so too. I think she.
That's the sister, isn't it?
Yes, this is the sister. This is Ruby.
Yeah, I can see Ruby from behind.
Yes.
The sister. Okay, got you.
I think they did mention her name. Her name is Yang.
Okay.
Yang. So, we got the sisters and Vomit Boy. Which
explain Vomit Boy.
Obviously, since he wasn't a blacked out character, he's somebody who's from the further on in the show.
Okay.
We'll be able to see him.
It wasn't just a one-off or a chuckle right before the credits.
No. So, speaking of which, we're going to probably just delve, unless you have something else, we're going to probably go right into the next episode, episode 2. Yeah, I'm probably going to, from here on out, just so you know, I'm probably going to skip the intro song.
Okay.
That way, one is going to be a little easier to edit, but also I don't want to avoid any copyright weirdness or anything like that. So I'm just going to fast forward to this, and all right. Obviously, somebody.
And then more black characters, silhouettes.
Like I said, that's something indicative only to the first season because they didn't really have the budget to do that.
Okay. Yeah. See, I thought that was actually really cool animation. So you could tell the difference between main players.
That kid's got a collapsible snap. She's got a fire sword.
Little homage to the TV animes.
Just weapons. They're an extension of ourselves. They're a part of us. Oh, they're so cool.
Well, why can't you swing over your own weapon? Aren't you happy with it?
Of course I'm happy with Crescent Rose. I just really like seeing new ones. It's like meeting new people.
Okay.
But better.
I'll remember
Ruby, come on. Why don't you go try and make some friends of your own?
But why would I need friends when I have you? Well, actually, my friends are here now. Wait, where are you going? Are we supposed to go to our dorms? Where are our dorms? Do we have dorms? I don't know what I'm doing.
Whoop.
What are you doing? Sorry. Sorry? Do you have any idea of the damage you could have caused? Give me that. This is dust, mined and purified from the Schnee Quarry. What are you? Brain dead? Dust, fire, water, lightning, energy. Are you even listening to me? Is any of this sinking in? What do you have to say for yourself? Unbelievable! This is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. I'm really, really sorry. You complete dolt! What are you even doing here? Aren't you a little young to be attending Beacon? Well, This isn't your ordinary combat school. It's not just sparring and practice, you know. We're here to fight monsters, so watch where you're going! Hey, I said I was sorry, princess.
It's Eris, actually. Weiss Schnee, heiress to the Schnee Dust Company, one of the largest producers of energy propellant in the world.
Finally, some recognition.
This same company, infamous for its controversial labor forces and questionable business partners.
What? How dare! The nerve of... I promise I'll make this up to you. I guess I'm not the only one having a rough first day. So, what's... Welcome to Beacon.
Hey. I'm Jean.
Ruby. Aren't you the guy that threw up on the ship?
Well, If that's what you're known
All
for.
I'm saying is that motion sickness is a much more common problem than people let on.
Look, I'm sorry. Vomit Boy was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, yeah? What if I called you Crater Face?
Hey, that explosion was an accident.
Well, the name's Jean Arc. Short, sweet, rolls off the tongue. Ladies love it.
Do they?
Like Joan of Arc.
Well, I
Something, yeah.
hope they will. I mean, my mom always says that. Never mind.
So, I got this thing.
Whoa! Is that a scythe?
It's also a customizable, high-impact sniper rifle.
A what?
It's also a gun.
It's also a gun.
So what you got?
Oh, I got this sword.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a shield too.
So, what did they do?
Whoa, that's the shield gets smaller. So when I get tired of carrying it, I can just put it away.
But wouldn't it weigh the same?
Yeah, it does.
I'm kind of a dork when it comes to weapons. I guess I did go a little overboard in designing it.
Wait, you made that?
Of course. All students at Signal forge their own weapons. Didn't you make yours?
It's a hand-me-down. My great-great-grandfather used it to fight in the war.
Sounds more like a family heirloom to me. Well, I like it. Not many people have an appreciation for the classics these days.
Yeah, the classics.
So why'd you help me out back there in the courtyard?
Yeah, why not? My mom always says strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
Hey, where are we going?
Oh, I don't know. I was following you. You think there might be a directory? Maybe a food court? Some sort of recognizable landmark? Is that a no?
That's a no.
Okay. Wow. That one was way shorter.
Extremely short.
Way short.
But it still gave us information.
Yes.
Okay, so Beacon Academy.
Mm-hmm.
You got the. I don't want to say snotty, but snotty.
Yes. Spoiled
Eris.
rich kid. Yes.
Yes. And they said her name was
Weiss.
Weiss. Okay.
Weiss Schnee.
Weiss Schnee.
Yep.
Okay. And the sister's name is Yang.
Yep.
And we met Jean Arc.
Jean Arc, yes.
And we found out the name of the scythe is Crescent Rose.
Yep.
And
Most of the weapons that you'll find, they have weapons, even though sometimes they're not referenced by their name in the show itself. It's not like in the supplemental material behind that sort of thing. But yeah.
And all kids at Signal Academy forge their own weapons.
Yeah. And Ruby modeled hers after her Uncle Crow.
Right.
Which
Got
we
that.
heard about him.
Mm-hmm. In the first one.
Yeah.
The last person to wield a scythe that well.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
What I'm trying to figure out
I
is...
can't wait till you hear oh, man.
What
Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out is if all kids at Signal forge their own weapons like that, what school did he go to, or the other kids go to, that they don't?
Oh, talking
Because
about Jean?
Yeah, Jean. Because they seem very surprised by her scythe.
Well, would you, if you saw someone, I mean, in this show, they don't say it, but, she's like 15 years old.
Uh-huh.
And, whatnot. Would you imagine, a 15-year-old girl, I don't know what her height is, but, whatever, somebody of that stature, be carrying something of that magnitude.
Yes.
So
that is a valid point, especially when it turns into a sniper rifle, and then you just get all kinds of.
You got close range and you got long range. There.
Yeah.
Although she does have some, doesn't have really anything for that mid range there, but anyways, yeah.
Interesting.
Getting a little bit more of the background of the world, a little bit more introducing about some of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yang is definitely wanting her sister to go off and find her own friends.
Yes. Do we even have dorms?
Yeah. What you can say, it's kind of sort of along the same lines. Yeah, you got the older, I'm an older brother. you're an older brother.
Yes.
We have young, and you know, sometimes you just don't want the younger sibling tagging along.
Right.
Go find your own friends over there.
Right, but we went from the first episode, or the end of the first episode, when they're on the ship,
Yeah.
being like, "Oh, I can't! I'm so excited! You're gonna be at school with me. We get to have all this fun together." As soon as they get on campus,
Bye.
I'm out. And so I'm like, well, there's a disconnect there.
Yeah, well, that's siblings. Siblings do
True.
that.
True. Also, how does she already have friends when this is her first day of school too? Like,
the only thing I can think of is, they're ones that followed her, who rolled and got accepted into Beacon from Signal Academy as well. Some of her peers from there that I can think of.
But the way they're talking, or the way they treat it, the way she said she had to fill out an application, all that once she graduates, it makes me think that Beacon is like college.
Yeah.
And Signal is like high school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's this? And I don't want to get into like spoilers or anything like that. But did the sister go to Signal as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's her weapon? Did she?
We haven't seen
herself?
it yet. We hadn't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Or yes, we hadn't seen it yet. So, I mean, it's just not as
I'm
obvious
well,
as.
I'm just trying to figure out like all students at Signal forge their own weapon.
Yeah, and
so far we've only met 2.
Yeah.
And seen 1. So I was just wondering, like, if it's like a huge reveal or if it's just like, yeah, here we go, that's mine. Kind of a situation.
Probably both. A little bit. We'll eventually get that.
Fair enough.
As the season goes on, yeah. Well, let's do one more, and we'll call it for this little batch here.
Okay.
We'll do 1 through 3.
Yeah.
So, because that one was a really short episode as compared to the first episode.
Yep.
Hey, they made it. Oh, look, everybody. Oh, look, there's you.
And they're late.
Ruby, over here. I saved you a spot. Oh, hey, I gotta go. I'll see you after the ceremony.
Hey, wait.
How?
Great. Where am I supposed to find another nice, quirky girl to talk to?
How's your first day going, Lily? You mean since you ditched me and I exploded? Yikes, meltdown already? No, I literally exploded a hole in front of the school. And there was some fire, and I think some ice. Are you being sarcastic? I wish. I tripped over some crabby girl's luggage, and then she yelled at me.
Um.
Really? Really bad. I just wanted her to stop yelling at me. You! Oh god, it's happening again!
You're lucky we weren't blown off the side of the cliff.
Oh my god, you really exploded.
It was an accident!
What's this? The Sneedus Company is not responsible for
Other inadequate individuals.
Although mandatory, the Sneed family highly encourages their customers to read and familiarize themselves with this easy-to-follow guide to best application and practice in the field.
You really want to start making things up to me?
Absolutely.
Read this and don't ever speak to me again.
Look, sounds like you two just got off on the wrong foot. Why don't you start over and try to be friends, okay?
Yeah, great idea, sis. Hello, Weiss. I'm Ruby. Want to hang out? We could go shopping for school supplies. Yeah, and we can paint our nails and try on clothes and talk about cute boys like tall, blonde, and scraggly over there. Well, really? No.
I'll keep this brief. You have traveled here today in search of knowledge, to hone your craft and acquire new skills. And when you have finished, you plan to dedicate your life to the protection of the people. But I look amongst you, and all I see is wasted energy, in need of purpose, direction.
Well, that's comforting
You
to know.
assume knowledge will free you of this, but your time at this school will prove that knowledge can only carry you so far. It is up to you to take the first step.
You will gather at the ballroom tonight. Tomorrow, your initiation begins. Be ready. You're dismissed.
He seemed kind of off. It's almost like he wasn't even there.
I'm a natural blonde, you know.
Good to know. I don't know if that was really in question, but okay.
Yeah.
It's like a big slumber party. I don't think Dad would approve of all the boys, though. I know I do.
Whoa. Oh.
What's that?
Co-ed
A
dorms.
letter to
Didn't
the
catch
gang
that.
back at Signal.
I promised to tell them all about Beacon and how things are going.
Aw, that's so cute!
Shut up! I didn't get to take my friends with me to school. It's weird not knowing anyone here.
What about John? He's nice. There you go. +1 friend. That's a 100% increase.
Pretty sure Weiss counts as a negative friend. Back to 0.
There's no such thing as negative friends. You just made 1 friend and 1 enemy.
Oh, thanks.
Look,
How many pillows do you have?
trust me, you've got friends all around you. You just haven't met them yet.
That girl.
You know her?
Not really. Well, she saw what happened this morning, but left before I could say anything.
Well, now's your chance.
Well, wait! What are you doing?
Just like a big sister to force.
I believe you
Here,
two
have a
may
best friend.
know each other.
Yeah.
Aren't you that girl that exploded?
Yeah. My name's Ruby. But you can just call me Crater. Actually, you can just call me Ruby.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I don't know, help me.
So, what's your name?
Blake.
Well, Blake, I'm Yang, Ruby's older sister. I like your bow.
Thanks.
It goes great with your pajamas.
Right.
Okay.
Nice night, don't you think?
Yes. It's lovely. Almost as lovely as this book. That I will continue to read.
Hint, hint.
As soon as you leave.
Yeah, this girl's a lost cause.
What's it about?
Huh?
Your book. Does it have a name?
Well, it's about a man with 2 souls, each fighting for control over his body.
Oh yeah, that's real lovely.
I love books. Yang used to read to me every night before bed. Stories of heroes and monsters. They're one of the reasons I want to be a huntress.
Why is that? Hoping you'll live happily ever after?
Well, I'm hoping we all will. As a girl, I wanted to be just like those heroes in the books. As someone who fought for what was right and who protected people who couldn't protect themselves.
That's very ambitious for a child. Unfortunately, the real world isn't the same as a fairy tale.
Well, that's why we're here. To make it better.
Oh, I'm so proud of my baby sister. Cut it out!
Okay.
Well,
Sibling
Ruby
fight.
Yang, it's a
What in
pleasure
the
to...
world is going on over here? Don't you realize some of us are trying to sleep?
Oh, not you again!
Shh, guys, she's right. People are trying to sleep.
Oh, now you're on my side.
I was always on your side.
Yeah, what's your problem with my sister? She's only trying to be nice.
She's a hazard to my health.
Okay. That was.
What is up with this show?
Yeah. It's called character building.
It's cold. We're still in the first day.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, well, then we went from day, and then we're doing a sleep overnight type of thing.
Yeah, I
so.
was like, I'm assuming their way of changing the clock is her blowing out the candle. But
You look befuddled about something.
yeah, because when the animation when they were walking up, the way it zoomed in on the writing of the book, it almost looked like Aladdin.
Ah.
And so I was wondering if that had anything to do with it. But I didn't want to say it out loud.
I don't
sound
know.
Dumb.
Honestly, I don't know personally. I have not delved that deep into the lore. But it could be just, the native language or whatever, or the native written language or whatever. You met Blake.
Yes.
A bit of a bookworm and likes to be a little bit more by herself.
Yes. So, Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
Figured it out.
Yay! Yes.
Took 3 episodes, which is probably how long it should have taken.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Yeah.
when we learn the names.
Right.
But that being said,
when this originally
So-
aired, it was a weekly basis. It came out, weekly. So,
okay.
yeah.
So Ruby and Yang, I get. Blake's borderline.
Yeah, she's a bit
I'm
of a
wondering
recluse,
how-
a
I
little
was gonna
bit.
say, I'm wondering how Weiss will factor into this little. I'm assuming it's something that's like a superhero team up type of situation.
Yeah, to a certain extent. I'm not gonna go too depth into the, because we'll eventually get into that eventually as school starts and whatnot. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because obviously, as Glinda said at the it's like orientation starts tomorrow. So yeah, we get
What
into
did
that.
she say? She said something tonight. It sounded like she said we're having a bonfire tonight, but that's not what she said.
It was like I can't remember, but essentially everybody's going to be kind of lumped here into this one area, and then then tomorrow everybody's going to be broken up.
Okay, okay, so they're not. It's not co-ed dorms. They were just all.
Well, it is
shoved
co-ed
in.
dorms, yes. Just everybody at this point who's just a kind of new student is just. This is the first night. Everybody's going to be lumped in, one big pot.
Okay.
Eventually, everybody's going to be broken apart into their own little individual groups.
Okay.
For
now,
the rest
when it
of
comes to certain, and again, I'm not trying to get spoilers or anything like that, but just thinking about her age compared to everyone else.
Yeah, it's going to be a little weird, because she's 15. Everybody else is at least 2 years older. That's 17.
Yeah, and
so
John's already hitting on her, and
well,
we know that he's graduated.
I don't foresee John actually really hitting on her, just being more friendly in general.
Oh,
so.
I was getting major flirtation
Yeah,
vibes.
well, with Weiss, yes, popping in and saying I'm a natural blonde.
Fair enough.
So not necessarily Ruby,
Okay. So everyone kind of takes Ruby under their wing as like a little sister
Yeah,
themselves.
just to a certain especially Yang is obviously has that big sister type of thing.
Yeah.
This is my little sister. I'm going to protect her, but I also want her to make her own friends out there
Gotcha.
and whatnot. So
Okay.
yeah, it's the whole dynamic with everybody is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay.
And
well,
so yeah, so far let's just do a general thing. What do you think of the show so far?
So
To
far,
wrap
I'm
this,
actually really
episode
intrigued
up.
by it. I'm really intrigued. It's going to take a lot of self-control, not finding it to answer questions that I already have in my head.
Yes.
'Cause
I have no control once you leave the studio over you.
Yeah, well, no, but there's the professional respect.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very intrigued, and especially now that they're kind of revealing, like the Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to pick up on those little nuances and things like that, and so it's like the little mysteries that surround the show because I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Are starting to reveal themselves, and so you knowing everything, you're probably just
I have
like
to sit there
laughing in your head, watching me be like, "Oh wait!"
But the biggest
No.
problem for me is not actually doing the info dump,
right,
and ruining something that some of my favorite moments that are upcoming is just like I gotta be quiet about and just have to go episode by episode and just kind of like pretend I can't really say anything. I just have to let you do the speculation, and then
I can't wait to watch this back to watch your facial reactions because like I can see you in the corner of my eye,
like,
but I'm not actually looking at you. Like I don't know if you could be like just staring at me like the whole time, and I wouldn't even know it because I'm like so stuck on the screen. So.
No, I'm watching this again because it's been a long, like I said before at the beginning, it's been a while since I saw, especially these first few seasons. It's interesting to going back and just kind of seeing things and knowing what I know about future. Ruby, Yang, Blake, and Weiss, and John.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow. And like I said, Monty even before he died or whatever, he left a gigantic Bible that they
Right.
pretty much, they follow almost pretty strictly. Now, granted, there are some things that they had to tweak and stuff like that because of reasons and whatnot.
Right.
Maybe storyline reasons or whatnot, or time constraints, that sort of thing. But for the most part, they pretty much follow, from what I've understood, his plan.
Yeah.
I am kind of interested to see once they get to that end what they do with it.
So is RWBY still an ongoing show?
Yes, they have wrapped up. For those of you who know, at this particular time, when this is released, volume 8. They don't call them seasons; they call them volumes.
Okay.
Volume 8 finished up about a month or two ago. Wrapped up. They finished that out, and they're in production of Volume 9.
I said they finished the production of it, or they finished the release of it?
No, they finished the release of Volume 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Volume 8 has already aired and finished.
Okay.
So.
And is it still strictly a web series, or has it made its way to main television?
No, it's still a web-based series.
Okay. Because I saw where you can watch like the first 6 seasons or whatever on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, now that's to say that they haven't done like the legalness or whatever to get it on things like in Blu-ray or on streaming service and stuff like that. Primarily, you can also get all their stuff on the Rooster Teeth website too. Underneath there. So if you're a first member, and if you are, go and support them. They took all the time, and it's their thing. Go support Rooster Teeth and become a first member. If you like the show and whatnot, and just for you guys out there. But yeah, that's the plug. Free plug for them. So, but yeah, they have the streaming licenses with stuff like that, and agreements and stuff like that. So you can find it on a lot of different things. So me, obviously I have the physical media and stuff like that, because inevitably in this particular region of Arkansas where we live, tornadoes happen, and the internet goes away, and what to do? You don't have anything streaming wise, and cell signal could be really, really spotty, and it has been here of late. I don't know if you've noticed that, but me personally, I have.
Actually, a little bit.
But I always get the physical media. I like it. Hold it in my hands and watch it. Yes, it's convenient to watch it. Anytime you want on streaming service, but internet goes away. What to do?
That's true.
So anyways, anything else before we wrap?
No, not that I can think of. Other than I can't wait to watch more.
Okay, and hopefully by next week when we film again, I will have a little, like I mentioned probably before, a little outline of which ones we can do, chunks or whatever we do this. So, because we some of these episodes they're like 4 minutes long, 5 minutes long, so, but it's easy to digest little chunks. It is just enough. And whenever I was watching this, it was a week-to-week basis, and it's just kind of like, well, now I have to wait 7 days
for another 5
to figure
minutes.
out what's going on and what happens and what's the orientation going to be like.
I wonder what it was like watching it week to week and then turning it on, just realize it's only like 5 minutes.
I mean,
like I'm trying to imagine that, and I'm sensing.
I don't think
frustration.
Well, at the time, I don't think me personally, I don't really notice the time limit unless it was like, oh, that was a short episode, and I happen to look at the time code. It's like, well, that was a short episode. I didn't, intentionally go, okay, how long is this episode?
Right
now. Ooh, excuse me. Unless it was like a near. Like a season finale or something. It was like, ooh, well, there's a lot of episodes left on this, so things are gonna get cool.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, excuse me. All right, so I don't have anything else. So all right, so if you guys are enjoying this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button down there and ring the bell. That way you don't miss a moment of Drew Reacts to RWBY. And we will see you guys next week with another set or two, whatever, of episodes of RWBY. So, bye-bye and be blessed. And 5, 4, 3. What's up, guys? I'm Chris.
And I'm Drew.
Sorry. I should have. Well, went over this first. Let's do that intro again. Whatnot. Sorry, I
that was great.
sprung that on
sorry
you
at the same time. Please put that in the bloopers. That was great.
All right, and 5. Technical difficulties. It's all about technical difficulties and nearly killing myself.